The Bermuda Triangle has captivated our imagination for generations, but the truth behind this mysterious stretch of ocean might be far more fascinating than any supernatural explanation. Today, we're diving deep into the reality behind the myths, examining how human error, natural phenomena, and our own tendency to seek patterns have created one of the world's most enduring maritime mysteries. Let's start with Flight 19, perhaps the most famous disappearance associated with the Triangle. On December 5, 1945, 5 U.S. Navy TBM Avenger torpedo bombers took off from Fort Lauderdale Naval Air Station for a routine training exercise. Led by Lieutenant Charles Taylor, the squadron consisted of 14 airmen, all considered experienced pilots. The weather was clear and conditions were perfect for flying. But what started as a standard mission quickly descended into chaos. About 90 minutes into the flight, Taylor reported his compasses were malfunctioning. He believed they were flying over the Florida Keys, but in reality, they were hundreds of miles off course, somewhere over the Bahamas. This critical navigational error would prove fatal. What many don't know is that Taylor had a history of getting lost during flights. His fellow pilots had nicknamed him the Wanderer, due to 2 previous incidents where he'd become disoriented during training missions. On that fateful December day, his confusion led to a series of decisions that doomed Flight 19. Instead of turning west toward the mainland, Taylor led the squadron east, deeper into the Atlantic Ocean. Radio transmissions captured their growing desperation. "We can't find west. Everything is wrong. Strange. We can't be sure of any direction. Everything looks weird, even the ocean." The last message received from Flight 19 came at 7:04 p.m. They were never seen again. But here's where the story takes an even darker turn. A Martin Mariner flying boat was dispatched to search for the missing squadron. Within minutes of takeoff, it too disappeared. Later investigation revealed the Mariner had a history of fuel leaks and was nicknamed the Flying Gas Tank by crew members. A passing merchant ship reported seeing an explosion in the sky shortly after the Mariner took off, suggesting a tragic but decidedly non-mysterious end to the rescue attempt. The disappearance of Flight 19 perfectly illustrates how human error, combined with natural phenomena, can create circumstances that appear supernatural. The pilot's confusion was likely exacerbated by the unique conditions of the Bermuda Triangle region, where magnetic anomalies can indeed affect compass readings, and the featureless ocean landscape can disorient even experienced aviators. Let's talk about another famous case, the USS Cyclops. In March 1918, this massive cargo ship vanished without a trace while carrying 11,000 tons of manganese ore from Brazil to Baltimore. The disappearance of the 542-foot vessel and its crew of 306 remains the single largest loss of life in U.S. naval history, not directly involving combat. For years, supernatural explanations have been proposed for the Cyclops' disappearance. However, examining the historical record reveals several crucial factors that likely contributed to the disaster. First, the ship was heavily overloaded, carrying cargo well beyond its recommended capacity. Second, one of its engines was damaged and operating at reduced power. Third, and perhaps most importantly, the ship was sailing through an area known for sudden, violent storms during a period before modern weather forecasting. Recent research suggests the Cyclops likely encountered what's known as a rogue wave, a massive, unpredictable wave that can reach heights of over 100 feet. These waves, once dismissed as sailors' myths, have been scientifically documented and are now known to occur more frequently than previously thought, particularly in areas where strong currents meet, like the Bermuda Triangle. The region's unique oceanographic features contribute to its dangerous reputation. The Gulf Stream, which runs through the Triangle, is essentially a river within the ocean, capable of generating sudden storms and affecting wave patterns. When these currents interact with tropical weather systems, they can create treacherous conditions that would challenge any vessel, especially one already compromised like the Cyclops. Another natural phenomenon often cited in triangle disappearances is the presence of methane gas hydrates on the ocean floor. These frozen methane deposits can potentially release large bubbles of gas that could theoretically reduce water density enough to sink a ship. While this phenomenon has been demonstrated in laboratory conditions, there's little evidence it has actually caused any triangle disappearances. What's particularly interesting about the Bermuda Triangle is how its mythology has grown to incorporate incidents that occurred nowhere near it. The Mary Celeste, often cited as a triangle mystery, was actually found abandoned off the coast of Portugal, thousands of miles away. This kind of confirmation bias, where we attribute any mysterious maritime incident to the triangle, has helped perpetuate its reputation. Statistical analysis reveals something even more surprising. The Bermuda Triangle isn't actually more dangerous than any other similarly busy stretch of ocean. Lloyd's of London and the U.S. Coast Guard have both conducted studies showing that the percentage of disappearances in the Triangle is consistent with other heavily trafficked maritime regions. Consider this. The Triangle covers approximately 500,000 square miles of ocean. It's one of the most heavily traveled shipping lanes in the world, with thousands of vessels passing through daily. When you account for the volume of traffic, the number of incidents is statistically unremarkable. Modern technology has largely demystified the Triangle. GPS has eliminated the navigation problems that plagued earlier sailors and pilots. Weather satellites provide advance warning of dangerous conditions. Improved ship and aircraft design make vessels more resistant to extreme weather. Yet the legend persists, demonstrating our enduring fascination with the unexplained. The real mystery of the Bermuda Triangle isn't what's happening beneath its waters. It's why we remain so captivated by it. Perhaps it's because it represents one of the last places on Earth where we can still imagine the impossible. In an age where satellites can track our every movement and computers can predict weather patterns days in advance, the idea that ships and planes could simply vanish without a trace appeals to our sense of wonder. But the truth behind these disappearances, a perfect storm of human error, natural phenomena, and technological limitations, is arguably more fascinating than any supernatural explanation. It reminds us that despite all our technological advances, nature remains a powerful and sometimes unpredictable force. The Bermuda Triangle serves as a humbling reminder of our limitations and the importance of respecting the awesome power of the natural world. While we may have demystified many of its secrets, it continues to teach us valuable lessons about the intersection of human ambition, natural forces, and our endless capacity for creating myths to explain what we don't fully understand. As we continue to explore and understand our oceans, we might find that the greatest mystery of the Bermuda Triangle isn't what's happening beneath its waters, but rather what its enduring legend reveals about ourselves and our need to find extraordinary explanations for ordinary events.